Now that we are at full strength, we must devise a way to compromise Victor's popularity at the Assembly.
I've got a lead. There's this grizzled old general who's
I'm sorry, fucking what? Stop talking, I'm trying to load my save. I didn't know you were in. What the fuck? Okay. Oh no. I have to go all the way back. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not losing like an hour of progress. Alright, well, this is just what's happening. What? I didn't ask for Dandolo yet. When did the quick save happen? Can I go back, maybe?
Now that we are at full strength, we must devise a way to compromise Victor's popularity at the Assembly.
I've got a lead. There's this grizzled old general who's been bitching about the lack of info he gets about Aurora. Right now, he's the only one with the balls to call Victor the Dictator incompetent. According to him, the Aurora Dowser's down shit creek and may have been booted off his post. If we can prove that General is right and isn't just some senile old man, maybe the Army's head honchos will be pissed enough at the Colonel to kick his buns in the sun.
But we would need hard evidence.
I'm almost positive that Dandolo can help us. Noctis sends merchants everywhere, after all.
We also have some connections with Technomancers over there. They should be able to tell us what happened.
We could try Anton. Aurora's a little far, but there's no place that's safe from Anton's little birds.
It's a start.
Even if abundance is run from the top down, members of the Assembly would pay attention to uprisings. Some of your local allies could help you stir up some anger in the masses. The ASC has made their lives miserable for months. People are arrested on a whisper, live huddled in fear. It would not take much to spark the powder keg.
And some politicians would turn against Victor, so as not to lose voter support. Brilliant! We would need instigators, preferably those in touch with the people's needs.
So I was thinking, the opposition would be the perfect organization to spearhead the revolts. The alternative, though I would be more hesitant, the Vori could likely produce the same results with different methods.
Perfect. Other ideas?
Back when I was an artist, I got into some altercations with Assembly members who thought my shows were blasphemy. Maybe it was because I didn't say Hail to the Shadow 50 times. I can't say for sure, but if we could get them to think that Victor isn't a devout believer, we could get the large religious sect of the Assembly to revoke their support and demand his banishment. Or we could just give them a little nudge in the right direction by making them believe Victor steals relics for his own use.
We'd have to stage an elaborate setup, but I like it. After all, Trickster must get what he gives. We'll need volunteers that could pretend to be ASC. The plan is right up Anton's alley. It's possible for Dandolo or the opposition to help us out too.
One last thing. I was told the High Judge endorses all of Victor's decisions, even though I know for a fact that he hates him, which is more than a bit strange. The judge is such an honest man.
Or if you're in the mood to make a scandal, I've got everything we need. Did you know that Victor employs young women to worm out information on men he keeps tabs on? And I'm not Victor, but I have a feeling he used that info to blackmail these same men. If we can prove it, the Assembly would have a major meltdown. Their beloved colonel, a pimp? To find evidence of his trafficking, we could look for the orders he gave his goons. Have you seen his hands? Far too immaculate to be doing this dirty work himself.
Back in my days as an officer, I ran into a band of girls, and I think this exploited girls topic may interest them. Maybe enough for them to help us.
Indeed. How's this? I've heard that a small faction of the Assembly blindly backs up Victor, no matter how crazy the project is. So I believe it almost certain that their chief of this faction was bribed. So unless we bribe him ourselves, we'll have to silence him.
Yes, we should get to the bottom of this and see if it's serum, dirty laundry, or both. Anton probably knows. And if he is openly corrupt, the opponents of the Assembly should know him well.
All these ideas will indeed cut off Victor from his support network.
But
this is going to sound self-interested, but if we could help the mutants escape from the pen, it would expedite the Colonel's downfall. The people and the Assembly would be outraged to know that after decades of civilized control, Victor was the one who couldn't keep them in check. I'd like to see the Colonel try to justify his mistake of so many slaves, particularly ones notorious for their feeble minds.
No, it's not selfish. It's a good plan. We're gonna help mutants in the pen prepare their escape. After a mass breakout like that, his reputation will never be the same. Thank you, all of you, for the ideas. Now let's make them happen.
Sounds like we have a huge multi-tier thing we can do here. Man, I'm baffled. Spiders, damn it. I'm so baffled by how dumb the thing is that just happened. Not the quest itself, that like the progression and the context here, but like, I want to explain what just happened here because it's amazing. So, what they did is they put all the characters, like this is the go-to location where your party members are. So if you're doing any side quests for any of your party members, you're probably going to come back here to deal with that. And in my specific case, I was here because I did a quest for Scum, so I was coming back to turn that in. So if you're here for virtually any quest, you're going to come by here, but if you've progressed at all in that other storyline, it'll automatically continue past a point of no return and fail your other objectives of that quest. And it's not even like, oh, go talk to the right guy and it'll press the story forward. You literally walk near this area and it instantly happens. And in this case, it's one of those cases, it's happened 2 or 3 times so far now in this playthrough where I make a mistake and I'm just gonna commit to it because I'm not gonna reload a save from an hour ago to deal with their shitty design. That's dumb. Had they never heard of like the go-to thing in RPGs where it's like, if you click this option, it's a point of no return, or even just the basic concept of like, hey, if a quest can complete prematurely, maybe at least have it be triggered by me going to like a dialogue prompt and saying, hey, I would like to finish the quest now, please. Like, you know, have the quest end by walking up to Phobos, talking to Phobos and saying, I got all the support I can get for now. But no, instead literally entering the area that is the single most dense area of the entire town that has all the NPCs in it. Just walking here finishes the quest prematurely and cuts off any other progress you could have potentially done on that. Like, I don't know what insignificance including or not including Dandelo could have on the quest. It could be super negligible, but cutting me off from being able to do that completely with no warning like that, that's ass. Like, basically as a go-to safety measure, if you're ever going to play this game, you just have to very carefully not talk to the Technomancers at all. Because if you don't talk to them, that's one less ally, and then you don't hit the minimum of 3, and then you hopefully won't trigger this problem. Oh god, that's even worse though! Oh my god! Wow, I have to fucking decompile how stupid this is. So if you got the Resistance on your team, and you got whoever else was on my team, if you got the Resistance and Dandelo and someone else on your team, I forgot the exact combination of people that are on my team right now, but if you got everyone that's on my team, but you got Dandelo instead of the Technomancers, then as you walk back into town to put the Technomancers on your team, that cutscene would trigger and make it impossible to get the Technomancers on your team, even though they're standing right there, because the cutscene would cut you off. Whoa. Damn, they really mismanaged this part of the game. That's fascinating how stupid that is. Alright, well, we're gonna move on now.
Hi.
Zachariah, to what do I owe this privilege?
Yeah, I was totally sitting here thinking like, well, I guess I was trying to think of a failsafe. Like, oh yeah, don't talk to the Technomancers, and then you can go talk to the other guys first. Go talk to Dandelo, then come back to the Technomancers. But then that would also cause the same problem for the Technomancers. I can't believe that's real. I can't believe that made it into the game.
I got your well taken care of. No more creature, and it runs like new.
A man of your word. Take this for your time and help. And if you have more time to help us. A serious matter has come to my attention. Our observers in Ophir report that a mutant group there now faces execution. Punishment for refusing to complete their tasks.
Probably fixing the city's shutters. Aurora's attacks blew a hole in Ophir's roof, considering how important it is to get it fixed.
Humans hurt other humans and mutants face death. Yes, well, they are being held apart from the rest. They must be saved, Zachariah.
I'll do what I can. Can't guarantee anything, though.
Your best is better than our nothing. My brothers in Ophir have suffered enough.
Oh. Go free more mutants, huh? Alright. I've already done that 2 or 3 times. It's like I said, you technically made a game longer than Bound by Flame, but you only did it by making us do the same quest over and over again. Because, like, I just got a quest to go free the mutants from Ophir for the main story. Like, did you just give me a different quest for freeing the mutants from Ophir? In a different... Are they different mutants? Mutant Corral in Ophir versus... Where is it? Which one would be the prisoner one? Power on the Wheels? Yeah, meet the leader of the corralled mutants. Do I have 2 separate quests for freeing mutants from Ophir? That's just strange. That's genuinely odd.
Greetings, Zachariah.
Rumor is Aurora's dowser was deposed. I need to know it's more than rumor, though. If it's true, we might be able to convince some members of the Assembly that Victor needs to go.
Even though I don't like the idea of continuing the conflict between Abundance and Aurora that has caused so much suffering, if it's what needs to be done to dethrone Victor, I have a few contacts among Aurora's Technomancers. They're not quite brothers, but they're at least like cousins. And I've heard their messengers nearly always follow one particular shadow path. Let me show you. This one here. If you go, you may be able to stop one of their couriers. If the news you're expecting is as important as you say, I'm sure it will be in the documents they are carrying.
Thanks, Melvin.
There we go. So we're going to Aurora's Shadow Path at the start of the evening. Is there anything else to do in town still, or are we all set to head out? I think that's all we've got left here, after we took care of the well situation. Alright, good to go.
Zachariah, I've received a message from Dandolo. He has some information on the disappearance of patients.
Really? Did he learn where he was taken?
The ASC had him locked up in an old dome near Ophir. In his message, he says that it's a dome that Technomancers used to use. Does this sound familiar to you?
Hard to forget. Yes. That's where initiations would take place before a mantis destroyed everything. We'll have to go free him. The place must be teeming with soldiers fighting for Victor, but we can't leave the old Technomancer in their hands.
Oh yeah, here it goes again. I was talking about repeating content to make the game longer. Not only do we repeat the same quests over and over again, now we're going to the first level of the game again, because every location has to be used at least twice. Just like how we saved Scott from a place, but then also went back there to free the mutants in order to proceed with the story afterwards. Now we're going back to the tutorial level.
Fine there, Amelia.
I don't know, debris? Tracks? Just something to help me understand how a top reacher like my dad could get lost on Eos Chasma, one of the easiest fucking roads on the planet.
My guess? He got into an accident. Something he couldn't avoid. It's happened to us, after all.
Maybe. I just want to find out. That's all I'm asking.
I fear I may be getting sick.
Sorry, Scott. I understand that looking for the remains of your best friend is probably painful, but Amelia deserves answers.
Even if we find the rover wreck, it'd be easy pickings for a passing scavenger or thief. So there might not be much left.
The fuck you say that for?
Sorry, I just don't want you to get your hopes up.
Whoa, Amelia, ease up. I know you want answers, but it's probably best not to crash while looking for a crash site.
You kidding me? Wonder what you'd say if we actually went fast.
I guess everyone's version of moderate is different.
Crap, we actually found a rover, and it's still got parts left. You sure it's your father's?
Fucking positive. Odds are way too small with so few rovers out there. That there'd be one that belonged to another reacher on my dad's route.
You alright?
Of course. Why? Just finding the rover doesn't tell us anything, Zach. Now I gotta inspect the damn thing to try and figure out what happened to him.
Alright, here we go. Amelia's side quest. I'm gonna try to do everyone's side quests back to back, probably, because otherwise we're at risk of moving forward with the story too fast. These guys again, huh? They're gonna smack you out of the sky. Oop, where are you going? Hey, buddy. No more of that, please. It's really satisfying to just knock them out of the sky. Just because the last smack... Like, at first they take the hit like a pro and don't even react. But the last hit just sends them sailing. It's comical. Hey, guys. Oh, that's not gonna hit anyone. Oh, I tried. Bye, guys. We done here? All set. There we go. I could open this with the right jacket. What do we get? It's his head! We found his head! Grandmaster's gloves. Is this the actual... Did I finally get better equipment? What? Better equipment? Seriously, this happens so infrequently, I kind of forget this game even uses equipment in the first place sometimes. Seriously, this game's slightly odd in how it, you get upgrades so infrequently, it almost feels like you don't need to have equipment in the first place as a mechanic. So maybe we'll find more Grandmaster stuff as we go along. I think that was the only ones I found. There we go. Like, I got one... Oh wow, I just realized that this is Act 3 and I'm getting my Act 3 equipment after getting my original Technomancer set in Act 1 and getting Act 2 equipment at Noctis. Is that really how they handled this? You get one set of equipment every act? Is that just like how you get one quest every act? You get one of everything every act?
Looks like we found a tablet. And it still works.
Scott, I don't know if you'll ever get this message. It doesn't really matter now, I guess. Of my own peace, I just need to... So many things I wish I could tell you. My last thoughts and breaths are filled with regrets. I can't even blame you for sabotaging my rover. I was supposed to be your friend. I was supposed to be there for you. I was supposed to try to empathize with all the hurt and fear you were going through. But all I can bring myself to care about is making you stop obsessing about your son. Make you go back to being your old self for my own benefit. To have my old friend back. It was selfish. I was selfish. Even from the outset. The only reason I ever helped was just to help bring an end to the obsessing. And in the end, my own obsession with that goal led me to take away your son so you would stop. I wanted to take him so far away that you'd have no recourse but to give up hope. But you figured me out. You stopped me, and now I'm paying for it. I'm so thirsty. The rover is becoming unbearably hot. Unbearably hot. Forgive me, my friend, as I forgive you. Tell my daughter I'm sorry for not being courageous enough to keep her by my side. I should have fought for her. Stopped her from being taken away from me. Between the two of us, you were always the better father. Good to your boy. And here I am. Sid, never mind. Farewell, Scott. Take good care of Amelia for me, my friend.
I can't even... He was here the whole time? Not even that far from Ophir. If I ever find out who sabotaged his rover, who's responsible for him dying? You find something?
I guess. Yeah, that was a hell of a mood swing with her dialogue there. If I ever find out who killed my father, you find something? So I can tell Scott's going to be having a confession because he is apparently teleported out of the rover in the background over there and is now part of the level with us. At first I thought the game glitched and she was going to be really awkwardly far away for the whole conversation, but I guess she was supposed to be all the way over there so that she doesn't overhear the part where the dialogue just explicitly says that Scott is the one that sabotaged the rover. So now the question is, do you tell her the truth? That Scott straight up killed her dad? Or do you hide it? What do you do? It's kind of messed up. The truth is kind of messed up. She kind of deserves to know the truth. And Scott kind of deserves to deal with the consequences if he straight up got someone killed. Even though everything's super iffy here. Everything's super iffy here.
Yeah, I found this. There's a message on it, Amelia. One you're not going to be happy to hear.
Whatever it is, it's better than not knowing the truth. Give it.
Scott, I don't know if you'll ever get this message. Regrets. Doesn't really matter now. I can't even blame you for sabotaging. I was supposed to be there for you. I was supposed to try to empathize with all the hurt. The only reason I ever helped was just to help bring an end to the obsessing. So far away, and in the end, that you tell my daughter I'm sorry, but to give up courageous enough to keep her by my side. So I should have fought for the Rovers. Take good care of Amelia for me, my friend.
Where the hell, Scott? Where is he?
Right there. My objective is to save Scott. That's awfully specific. Am I about to have to kill Amelia? Is that where this is going? Jeez. I mean, I get it on some level. This is fucked up, but at the same time, it's a hell of a move to make. So much for forgive me like I forgave them, huh? Maybe I should make a save just to have it. Wow, a level 8 save. I have some old saves on here still.
I found my father's rover and a tablet he left. You're a fucking murderer. And to think I called you a friend all these years.
What are you... What tablet? What...
You're gonna pay for his death. I promise I'm gonna make you pay.
Why is Amelia like a better voice actress than every character in this entire game? I haven't checked yet, I don't think, but it sounds so much like Chloe from Life is Strange. And like no one else actually has emotion in their voices most of the time. Well, shit. You can use your friendship or tell them about the sun.
Amelia, stop. You heard what the captain said. Scott launched an entire military program just to save his son. He did everything he could to help him, and it was all in vain. What he did to your dad? It was awful. But he was just doing whatever he could to save... Look at him. He's paid enough already.
I don't give a shit. I barely knew my dad because of him. You fucking pathetic old piece of shit. Get the fuck out. Just get out. Get out before I change my mind.
Yep, she's not dead. Alright, and... I'm sorry, it's just... It always fucks with the moment when you have a really terrible scene, and it's like, oh no, bad things, and then, like, the follow-up is, plus three reputation with this character, now you're friendly, haha. Don't you feel good about that? Don't you feel good about what just happened? Here's your reward, It's like, oh no. Oh no. Well... They definitely were waiting for this scene to happen. So am I totally screwed out of being able to get the rest of this set because I don't have level 2 lockpicking? Because I get the feeling the rest of the Grandmaster set might be in there. Maybe I'll have another opportunity to get more of it, I'm not sure. But as far as I can tell, there's no other way to get a full set, right? Still, it's good to have some of it, but yeah, there's lockpicking +1. Lockpicking +1, it's not like I can... Why can't you wear jackets over each other? Just layer your jackets like it's just really cold in the city, and it gives you lockpicking +2. If we're gonna do this logic where somehow jackets give you lockpicking power, they should be able to just stack them on top of each other. Also, do either of these characters have lockpicking skill? Like, is that can you order your party members to do things for you? It feels like you should be able to. I recently moved them both to this thing that gives them a defense bonus and an attack penalty, because they don't usually do that much damage during combat, but they die so fast. So if they could just be distracting for a little longer, that'd be good. I don't think I can tell them to lockpick, though, if they even have those kinds of skills. That would have been nice, having a sort of like a wasteland moment of being able to tell people to do their useful skill. Oh well, we're leaving, and I might not be allowed to come back? We'll have to see. So we have a lot of things to do, no fear. Otherwise, there's the old dome situation, Aurora's Shadow Path. This is the ASC for uniforms and relics. I still have Noctis quests? I think I'm going to prioritize going back to... actually, this will work too. Noctis will work also. I'll check in on what quests are there, but mostly...
Leave me alone.
So, you guys don't think it's kind of toasty?
Amelia, look at me. You have to move on. You cannot change the past. All we can do is make the best of the time we have.
Shut up!
Bother you? Using the real, authentic relics as bait?
We'll only be using the minor relics. Novelty items that don't do anything. Could probably find them in any old ruin.
Just because they're novelty items to a Technomancer doesn't make them any less valuable. We want the clergy to believe they're worth dying for.
Exactly why fakes would make people suspicious.
Yeah, we gotta be careful about it. Still, let's pick up on the next objective to go after, huh? That's Amelia down. So I figured, yeah, we'd multitask. There's objectives in Noctis, but we could also come here to have a character spawn, so we can talk to somebody else about their side quest.
Zach, I can't stop thinking about everything we heard from that dirtbag. Keep hoping it's all just a terrible lie, but if you wanted... There's something that doesn't make sense in this story. I can't come to terms with the idea that he told us the truth, but I'm also struggling to understand why he would have deported our little clique to martyrdom. We were nothing to him. I was told Gloria came to Noctis not long ago. I need to see her again, to confront her about this story, hear what she has to tell me. I could go alone, but it'd mean a lot to me if you came along.
I'm gonna come with you. I also want to find out what this is all about.
Thank you, Zach. That means a lot to me.
Wow, what a coincidence.
Oh, things are gonna heat up. I can feel it. Gloria better have a good excuse, otherwise she's gonna get fucked up.
Stop it, Amelia. I can't even confirm if what was said was true. I need an explanation, not a fight.
You can't blame me. Every time I see you get pissed, let me tell you, I'm glad it ain't me. Your temper's on a hair trigger, you know?
Isn't it about time we changed the subject? My trigger discipline isn't so good today.
I did not realize they were talking to each other at first. I kind of thought it was background dialogue. Amelia doesn't like to get along with people, does she? Admittedly, growing up without a parent, not a great time. Constantly set on outside dangerous missions by your government and not having anyone to work with. I want to check with Dandolo just to see if I can still ask him anyway, maybe? That'd be nice.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
Yeah. As expected, just because I happened to walk into that one region, Dandolo's just locked off from being an ally now for this next part. Which is bizarre, just because it's like, what does that one little meeting even lead to? It's not like all the people... It's not like all the people that I gathered as allies all came to that meeting. So, like, it's not like there was anyone excluded. I could easily just walk up to somebody right now and bring them in on it just like everybody else. But because we talked to each other for 2 seconds earlier, I've lost forever the ability to have that to bring anyone else in. It's just nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, hey, new mask. A welder's mask. It's just been waiting here this whole time in the corner over here. Let's find out what it's like. It's resistant to disruption, bit of damage reduction. It also looks kind of badass, so that's fun. Plop that on you. Boom, look at you. Looking like a big badass Technomancer. Can I go through here?
Gloria, you are... Oh no.
Nisha, don't stay here. You shouldn't.
Zach, I'm not a child. Let me listen. I have to know. I have to... Nisha, I heard that you had left Ophir, that you come back here often now. I know that I won't be able to see you and tell you all this in person. I don't have the courage for it. So I hope that someone will give you this message, that you will listen to this and that you will forgive me I did something awful. Something that haunts me every day, every instant. Something with which I cannot live today. You have always been strong. So much more brilliant, prettier. And me, I was in your shadow. And I felt that I was suffocating. So I went to see a man, a thief. I knew that he could plant false evidence and that he turned in people to the ASC. I said that you knew some things about their trafficking, that you were dangerous to them. And it worked. Too well, because they came to arrest our whole group. And during all those years spent with you in the camp, I knew that we were here because of me. When I saw how they were torturing you, when Nick died, I also wanted to die, but they refused. Today, I still carry the weight of my mistake and I can't bear it anymore. So farewell, Nisha. Farewell and forgive me. Your sister, Gloria.
I'm sorry, Nisha. Come on, let's go. I'll take care of the funeral. Don't worry.
You're gonna do the funeral. What resources do you have?
If I can help or, you need to talk, I'm here. If you need it. Anything.
Yeah. Thanks, Andrew.
Well, that one ended pretty abruptly. I don't think there's any follow-up dialogue or anything, but it makes sense canonically to go to probably Dandolo to try to just establish some kind of follow-up of what to do next after somebody's found dead inside